Okay, Hero Clocks here. I want to talk about Arc Raiders. This game looks pretty bog standard. It's a third person shooter made with Unreal Engine 5, the same engine that many AAA games are using nowadays. But as I watch people play it on YouTube, I learned that it's much deeper than it seems. You can run, but that drains your stamina, and it makes a lot of noise. And that can detract enemies. Enemies in the game can range from annoying to actually scary. To explain the enemies, I'll talk about the story of the game. Long ago, a war began on Earth. Eventually, all humans had to leave the surface and go underground. All that's left up there is the robots. There are a few kinds, and I hope they add more. I saw a video about them, but if I missed one, please forgive me. There are two types of robot enemies: ground-based ones and flying ones. First, there's the Scout. It has no weapons, but if it sees you, it will alert other enemies. Then there's the Weak Drone. It will tase your guy and shoot small arms fire at him. And then you have the Rocketeer. It has more armor and shoots rockets. If it hits your guy with one, it can send him flying. When you encountered either one, the tactic is the same. Find cover and shoot at its propellers. Then there's the three annoying ground enemies. First is the Facehugger. It crawls along the ground and jumps on your guy's face. As long as it's on him, it will cause damage. When you hear it scuttling, find it and shoot at it. It won't take many shots to destroy it. Then there's the Roller Mine. It's a round robot that likes to roll toward your guy and explode. There's also a fire blasting version of it. And when it explodes, it leaves a fire on the ground around it. The enemies I'm going to talk about next are getting into the scary territory. There are two types of turrets, a machine gun type and a cyber type. Find cover and shoot it back at them. There are four large spider mechs, two tanky guys whose limbs you have to shoot at first. The Arc Queen, who has a face melting laser and epic loot once you beat her, and the scariest one of them all, in my opinion, the Leaper. It's not as big as the Queen, only the size of your average 18-wheeler, and it looks like it can only crawl the ground with its four limbs. But if you are on one side of an industrial complex and you see one on the other side, do not shoot at it. If you do, it will lock onto you and jump towards you. Once they get close enough, they will start charging up and releasing electrical blasts, and then they will continue to run and jump towards you as you run away. You can shoot at its legs and center eye to cause damage. The robot enemies are crazy stuff, but the absolute worst and best thing you can run into are other raiders. They are all controlled by other players, so they can be friendly and help you, or be hostile and shoot you and take your loot. In fact, one of the best things about our raiders is the feature that turned me off of Marathon. If your guy dies, you lose everything if you have on you. If you have the right loadout, you'll have a safety pocket you can keep one item in. If your guy dies, you won't lose that item. But even then, you will lose a lot of stuff. But you have the potential to gain a lot of stuff. Marathon was in trouble before, and now that Arc Raiders exist, it's DOA. This is a solid 8 out of 10, and they are only getting started. I hope they add more types of enemies and playable characters. That would make it a 9 out of 10. Imagine playing as a fast character with light armor and close range weapons, or as a large but still heavily armored character. The only other problem with the game is the microtransactions. Some of them are Suicide Squad priced. And then there's the mainstream access media. They gave the game a low score, a 4 out of 10. It is now time to talk about why. For the past few years, there's been what I like to call a woke war. It has affected comics, TV shows, movies, and games. Long ago, when I would see a high critic score, I would assume the game was good. Nowadays, because of the woke war, I look at the player score. If it is high, then it's a good game. If the critics is high and the players is low, it's probably a bad and woke. High player score usually means it's not woke. Arc Raiders got a 4 out of 10 because Eurogamer said that while the game was good, they used AI, basically text-to-speech like ChatGPT. They also said that it was ironic that the game is about humans fighting robots, and yet they used AI. And that's right. And they're right. It is ironic, but it's not worth giving it a 4 out of 10 by itself. This score and the reason for it get even more scandalous when you read Eurogamer's Call of Duty's Black Ops 7 review. They gave it a 6 out of 10 and didn't mention AI, even though there was clearly AI art in the menu screens. And irony of ironies, guess what you also fight in Black Ops 7? Robots. The ratings were clearly biased because of who made the games. They like the Call of Duty company more than the people who made Arc Raiders, and the reason why shows what side of the woke war they are on. For the past few years, several once great game studios have either laid off staff or the staff has left them to form their own studios. Rocksteady developers left and formed 100 Stars Games during the production of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Former BioWare developers left to make Aperture Studios, and they are working on a game called Exodus. It reminds me of Mass Effect. Former CD Projekt Red developers left and formed Rebel Wolves, and they are working on a game called Dawnwalker. Reminds me of the Witcher series. And developers from DICE, who made Battlefield games, made Embark Studios, and they are making Arc Raiders. I went through all that backstory to help you understand why woke DEI pushing critics hate studios like this, like these. Most likely because the woke DEI pushing sent those devs away in the first place. The new studios are more woke rot resistant, and that means they are less likely to fall for their tricks. They probably feel like they have to rig the game score in woke games' favor. But all that does is show off which games are woke and should be avoided. It's like opposite day stuff now. A better plan would be to judge a game fairly. Talk about how it plays, how it looks, and story and characters like this. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a good-looking game. Through all the arcade, though all the arcadey stuff can clutter up the screen at times. There are lots of sparkles and explosions and speed lines and damage numbers coming off of every enemy you hit. The gameplay is very different than other Rocksteady games. In the Batman Arkham series, you use vehicle and free-flow combat to defeat enemies. In Suicide Squad, you use guns. You basically jump and shoot at enemies. Yes, there are awkward melee attacks to shield Harvest, which was never a thing in the Arkham series. The characters you played as used armor upgrades they found in the world or of the games. For example, say you go through Joker's stage, the Steel Mill, with your beginning loadout. You have your grappling hook and normal bat claw, stuff like that. Then later you find or are given the line launcher or the 3-shot bat claw. Now you can go to places in the Steel Mill that you couldn't last time. Maybe find some other upgrade. It was Metroidvania style gameplay. Suicide Squad does not have that style of gameplay. They have Fortnite gameplay. Come on. All those characters look different, but they all jump and shoot. And if you want to get more gear, you have to pay for it with real money. This plus the live service aspect of the game shows that the creators of it, WB Incorporated, are trying to make a Fortnite-style game instead of one like the other Rocksteady has made. It shows a change in values. It shows that whoever made this game wants different things than those that made the previous ones. And that was the case. Look at the story and characters. One-note characters that all do pretty much the same thing despite having different origins. Too many guns and skins for sale. Only 4 characters at launch. And only 8 at the end of the live service life of this game. A story that reeks of hate fiction. Seriously, it feels like it was only made to destroy the universe of the previous games. All that stuff put together makes a 5 out of 10 a 3 out of 10. They didn't need to do this. They could have made a game called Suicide Squad versus the Justice League, where the Justice League need to help to fight Brainiac clones of themselves, and the Suicide Squad is forced to do it, and the drama can ensue between the heroes and villains. They could also have all use free-flow combat and different styles. Harley could have been small and agile and have to get close with her bat or mallet. Boomerang could stun a guy with a boomerang and then knock him out with his throwing stick. Black Deadshot could have to keep his distance and shoot at enemies. King Shark could be slow but powerful and Hulk smash enemies when he gets close enough. It could have been a single-player offline game with online multiplayer. You could have played the whole story as whoever you wanted and then joined others online to play more levels and more story. There are so many characters and stories for the comics they could have used, but they didn't. So much potential was lost. See? That's how you do a review and give a score. You compare it to other games fairly, and you factor in the gameplay and story. Saying it's a good game, but because it uses ChatGPT-like stuff, it gets a low score is bullcrap. That's how the woke side sees the game. The anti-woke side has some issues too. In a comment section of an Arc Raiders video, someone said, I don't want to play a game with a rainbow flag on the front cover. When I saw the cover art, I realized it does look like a rainbow flag, but I don't think it is, for 2 reasons. Number 1, this game takes place in a retro 80s style futuristic dystopia. So they are going to have lots of bright colors and stripes in their designs. Second, those different colored lines represent different skills in the skill tree. One is health, one is power, one is stamina, and so on. Also, the characters can look woke, but that's most likely Unreal 5's fault. I saw a video once talking about how some game engines force woke designs on studios. The developers of the engine made it harder to make a female look good on purpose. From what I can tell, Arc Raiders is not woke. They don't talk about pronouns or alternative lifestyles, and you are allowed to do more things in that game than any WoW game. You can choose to work with other players or choose to betray them and take their loot. Many WoW games will let you do that. All in all, Arc Raiders is a good game, and the fun comes from more than just the graphics and gameplay. It deserves more than a 4 out of 10. It may not get it from the woke, but we gamers will enjoy yet another great game that came out in this post-Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League world. I'm your Wilcox, and I thought Marathon was doomed before. It totally is doomed now. Supposed to lawsuits.